Hello, gardening friends. Today is Friday, February 24th, and I wanted to show you a few things going on in my front yard. But first, I thought I would show you the last of my amaryllis. As you can see, this is the one I brought in from the garage a couple of days ago. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. And in any event, it's full bloom on one stalk and the other one has yet to open. I still have a cyclamen from Valentine's Day. That one has quite a lot of fragrance. And there you see the little primrose, yellow. These are the blue primroses and the last of my paper whites. I'll be planting them out in the yard. This is the last bloom of my paper whites. Well, let's take a walk outside because there are some exciting developments. First off, I don't know about where you all are living, but certainly where I live, it's gotten hot. Spring is definitely here. You can see the daffodils, little miniature daffodils are blooming. And over here as well. Grass is growing hand over fist. It's definitely spring. I'm going to clean up these lilies of the Nile shortly. I was going to do it today, but it was so foggy this morning that the fog was actually wetting my skin when I was outside, and didn't really want to be out there in the dampness. There you see the banana tree is coming. The exciting news is one of the last of my camellias is blooming, and that is the Brushfield yellow. It's an anemone type camellia, and I wanted to show you a close-up of the types of flowers. There goes my AC. Here you can see the anemone type. If you get those aren't bugs, those are just dead bits because of the frost. But it's anemone type. It has these little flower stalks in there. I forgot what petaloids, I guess they're called. But here's same plant, and it's a more typical single form. And you can see the yellow stamens, and the pistil is way down in the center. So same plant, just different forms of flowers. This is the typical flower, and normally it has a lot more yellow stamens, but it must have gotten hit by frost. Well, that must have affected it. But that's one of my last camellias to bloom, and it may be the last because it looks like this one, the frost pretty much nipped all these great big buds to nothing. I may get one or two might possibly bloom. But I'm tickled to see the Brushfield yellow blooming. And this camellia, the Royal Velvet, is just doing absolutely fantastic. It's got, even the flowers when they fall off look pretty. And my azaleas are starting to bloom. Not quite fully opened up yet, but George Tabor, they will be blooming a little more shortly. Oh, I was going to mention these particular, the Royal Velvet, to get a color check for those of you that cook. It's the same color red as is on a Hunt's tomato paste can. Or another way to look at it is the Campbell soup can. Sometimes the colors don't always come across on the camera. We cleaned up the palms this week. Got rid of all the dead palm branches at the top. They're doing really well. And I've also noticed the buds are coming out on my hydrangea. That's a limelight hydrangea. So spring is definitely coming. Here you can see I cleaned up my cycad. Here you see a little bit of the blooms on the loropetalum, or witch hazel. This particular cycad I just cleaned. It didn't have a lot of dead in it, so I left the green, and it still looks like a fairly decent shrub, even though I've pruned it back. These grasses are coming back. I do have the name of them. I don't remember, or I didn't memorize it, but I'll put it in the description to this video. Yeah, you can see here pretty much everything is coming along nicely. And even in here, the Australian tree fern is coming up, unfurling a few more fronds. So it's doing extremely well. Spring is here. And the last but not least plant I wanted to show today was my Pride of Mobile azalea. I'll leave you with that plant. Spring is here. Have a good day.